Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do the initial setup for your Orbit Beehive Smart Wi-Fi Sprinkler controller. And without any further delay, let us get down to business. The super important things to note over here. One, the Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller does not support 5 GHz Wi-Fi. So make sure that your router does have the option of 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and that is available, and the controller is within range. If it is like in the shed in the back somewhere and you do not get good Wi-Fi signal over there, then that might be an issue. So make sure that you have good Wi-Fi signal on your 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi. By default, your Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller should be in pairing mode, which means that the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth icon would be blinking. But in case it is not, how do you put it in pairing mode? Like go back if you're somewhere else, and once you see a rectangle around any of these options, you can use this dial and you'll go into the option of off and then press it in the middle. Once you do that, you have to open the faceplate. So pull on this like so towards the right, open the faceplate. On the back you will see the option of reset. We're going to press and hold this for 12 seconds. And that just performed a reset of the Orbit Beehive controller, and you can now see that the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are blinking. Now a pro tip to get your initial Wi-Fi set up with your Wi-Fi Orbit Beehive controller is that make sure you have location turned on your device. In my case, I had turned it off and I was having issues, but all you have to do is go into settings, and once you're in settings, you need to look for privacy and security right here and go into location services and make sure that location services are enabled. Is go to the App Store, and once you're in the App Store, we are going to search for Orbit Beehive, and once you do that, you're going to get some options, but this is the app which we are looking for. This here is the official app from Orbit for the Beehive controller, and we're going to say get. Now once the Beehive app has been installed on your phone, we are going to open it, and herein you do need to make an account if you do not already have one, and there is no way of setting up your Wi-Fi Orbit Beehive sprinkler controller without creating an account. So go ahead and create an account, and then you can log in using the account which you just created. Now when you go in to create an account, it is going to ask you, would you like to be notified of rain delays and watering events on your Beehive timer? And we're going to say yes. Now you might get a message that Beehive would like to send you notifications. We're going to say allow. So herein we are now getting the option, is this a new device or has someone installed this device for you and given you an access code? In my case, this is a new device which I have installed on my own. So I'm going to say this is a new device. On the next page, it is listing all the timers which Orbit makes. And in my case, this is the one which I have. This is the Orbit Beehive Smart Indoor Outdoor Irrigation Controller. I'm going to select that. Then Beehive app wants the access to find Bluetooth devices, and we're going to say allow over here, and then select this option one more time. Again, now Beehive wants access to your location, which is why I told you at the beginning of the video, make sure that you have turned your location on. If your location is turned off, then you will be stuck on this screen and it will tell you it does not have all the permissions. You'll go back and forth checking that it has access to Bluetooth, but in reality it wants location turned on. So in this case, we're going to say allow while using the app. And then before setup begins, it is telling us make sure that your device is powered on and within range. In my case, that is true. It is powered on and within range. We're going to say my device is powered on. So here it is. It found a device and it listed the MAC address on the back of the device. Now hopefully you have only one Orbit Beehive controller, but in case you have multiple, you can open the faceplate like so, like move this clip like this, and the faceplate is going to open like this, and then on the back over here you should have the MAC address in case you want to match it to what you have in the app. Once you've confirmed that the MAC address matches, we're going to say this matches my device. And there it is. It is now connecting to the device and scanning for Wi-Fi networks. So make sure that you have good enough Wi-Fi, and here it is. It automatically picked up my 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, which is upside down, and you have to enter the password for this Wi-Fi connection over here so that the controller over there can access Wi-Fi. Now, once we've entered the password to our Wi-Fi connection, if you want, you can check this box which says remember my Wi-Fi password, but I am choosing not to do so, and we're going to say connect to network. And at this point, the Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller should be connecting to Wi-Fi. And at this point, you can go ahead and give it whatever name you want to. And if you want, you can press on this camera option and take a photo. So it would want access to your camera. We're going to say allow. Next thing I did was take a picture of my Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller. It automatically populated it over here. We're going to say next. And now it is checking the firmware on the device and doing a firmware update on my Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller, which might take some time, so you have to be patient. And again, during this step, make sure that you do not power off your Beehive controller, or for that matter your smartphone. Alright, now once the firmware update was complete, my controller, the Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller, did reboot, and bam, there it is. It is now telling me that my device is up to date. I'm going to say next. Now feel free to enter your address over here, or you can say use current location, and this is needed because it needs to gather weather information, because this Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller also has a smart watering option. And you do not have to give it access to your location. You can always enter in your zip code and select your country, and that should also be good. Now it is asking us how many zones we want to set up. So in my case, I have hardwired 6 wires over there, so I'm going to select 6 zones. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I have connected them to the first 6 zone options, which is what I'm selecting over here. And I do have a 12 zone controller, but I'm going to just select the first 6 and say next. Here it is. If you want to take pictures, you can take pictures of your zones. If you want to test them out, you can test them out as well. Now if you do choose to test out a zone, all you have to do is select the option of test, and once you do that, you will get a notification that it has started watering, and this gives you an option or a chance to check that the wiring is correct. And if you notice on the controller, it is saying station 5 running for 1 minute. That is your test, and you can always stop it from the application. And I got another notification that the watering has been completed successfully. So if you want to test out all the zones which you've connected to, make sure all of them are working, now is the time to do that. Next up, once you are satisfied, you can go ahead and select next. Now, how would you like to water? Herein you can choose the options, but let us say I want to skip this for now because I'm going to do a manual setup. But here it is. You are now all done, and you have successfully completed the initial Wi-Fi setup, tested out your sprinkler zones on your Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller. There it is. We can now say start using my device. Now once you have set up or connected your Orbit Beehive controller successfully, on the top left you will see the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth icons are no longer blinking. They are staying solid, which means we have successfully connected this Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi sprinkler controller to the app on our phone. And there it is, peeps. That is how you do the initial Wi-Fi setup on your Orbit Beehive Wi-Fi controller, and I do hope this video helped you out.